Menopausal and perimenopausal women, listen up. It's time to take control of your health and comfort, and Winona is here to help. Winona is a telemedicine company for menopause care who believes that your symptoms are real, important, and deserve to be taken seriously. And for many women, this starts with hormone replacement therapy. Winona's HRT is made with plant-based, bioidentical hormones rather than synthetic ones, so it better aligns with your body to offer relief from hot flashes, weight gain, and other uncomfortable symptoms. 80% of women who use Winona find relief within just 90 days. So, what are you waiting for? Get started today. Visit buywinona.com today to start your free visit. With free shipping and the ability to pause or cancel at any time, your path to wellness has zero obligations. Use code SPRING24 at buywinona.com for 25% off your first treatment plan. That's BYWINONA.com for 25% off. Winona. Menopause care made easy. Summer is the season of hot temperatures, outdoor adventures, and refreshing water activities. Summer is also the season of rough on your feet, causing dry, cracked heels and toes. Introducing Babyfoot, the original exfoliation foot peel that contains 16 natural extracts formulated to remove dead skin cells in 3 easy steps. Apply the booties, relax for an hour, then wash your feet. In 14 days, you've got baby smooth skin and your feet have never been softer. Letting dead skin cells build up over time is hazardous to your foot health. Our professional-grade DIY products, like our original exfoliation foot peel, our men's foot peel, or our moisturizing mask, are some of the best foot care products on the market, created with your foot health in mind. Pamper yourself with a spa day from the comfort and convenience of your own home with Babyfoot. If you want a chemical-free, easy-to-use exfoliating process from the company that created the original foot peel, it's time to treat yourself to Babyfoot. Go to babyfoot.com and use the code SUMMERFEET24 and get 20% off your first order with Babyfoot. That's babyfoot.com and use the code SUMMERFEET24.
Hello and welcome to Too Stupid to Live, a podcast that reviews romance novels $5 and under. I'm your host, Becky Feldman, and folks, tie up those laces to your ice skates and get out your pucks and start waxing those hockey sticks. Okay, I have no idea what I'm talking about. I have no idea if you wax hockey sticks, but I mean, if it's true, I hope so, because what a great sexual innuendo. Like, babe, I'm gonna wax your hockey stick so much it's gonna... Okay, I don't know what I'm talking about. Obviously, I know nothing about hockey and sex, apparently, with the exception of today's romance novel, which is Penalty Box by Odette Stone, and is currently $4.99. And my guest today is the hilarious comedian Allyn Pintal, who you can see at UCB and online, and we had a blast discussing this amazing romance, so please enjoy this review of Penalty Box. Okay, Allyn. It's Allyn, right? That's how you say it, Allyn.
Yes.
I know that's how you say it. I'm just, it's meeting new people. Anyway,
I get it. Yeah, thank you for asking, though. I feel like we're probably both on the same level of like, nervous.
Of neuroses. Yeah, because it's like, well, we are meeting each other for, like, this is a first meeting.
Yeah, though I feel like we've probably crossed paths
We
at
definitely
some
did.
point. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Allyn, thank you for being a guest today on this podcast, Too Stupid to Live.
Of course. Thank you for having me. I am super excited. I love talking romance books.
Yeah. So tell me, like, about your journey reading into reading romance.
Yeah, so I feel like I've kind of always been a reader. Like my strong memories from like middle school are like I was really into Sarah Dessen books. Got really into Twilight in like high school. And then I kind of like fell away from romance for a long time. I was reading a lot of memoirs for like most of my like 20s. And then it wasn't until the pandemic of all things where I like got back into reading adult romance because I kind of didn't know about it really. I kind of just knew like, okay, YA romance, which I read a lot of, and then like of course like historical Regency romances, which I was never really interested in. But then like the last bookstore in downtown LA, shout out to them, they did a thing when everything was shut down where like you could request like a curated mystery book box from them. So I did that, and then like one of my genres was like, oh, romance, graphic novels. And then I asked for like Asian authors, so they sent me a box, and one of the books was The Bride Test by Helen Huang, if
Yeah.
you've heard of it. And I read
Yeah.
it, and it's like pretty explicit, and I was just like, oh, I didn't know there were books like this, and so that kind of like started me on this wild ride that I've kind of just been on for the last couple years.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I mean, I know that the quarantine, like, you know, a lot of people discovered new hobbies or, you know, new things about themselves because you have all this time. I think it's awesome that, like, you, like, fell in love with romance novels.
Yeah, me too. I guess I just didn't know that like that this genre was as big as it is, which is wild because like of course it is.
Yeah, I mean, I when I started reading romance, I didn't know either, and then I was like, "There's so many books out there with the word nipple in it."
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, and they can just print the words cock and pussy out there. I was like, whoa, I
Yeah,
didn't know.
they are taking freedom of speech to the right extent, I think.
I know. I was like, I know. And then like now, Book Talk on TikTok
Hmm.
has been like my number one source for like finding even more stuff to read.
Yeah, yeah. I am like not on TikTok at all, but like, you know, I do follow some book talks, but like, what is it about book talk that like is feeding your soul a little bit in terms of like like what is it about book talk versus like any other like medium? You know what I mean? Of getting
Hmm.
recommendations and stuff.
It's probably just the app itself. Like
Hmm.
I was never on like BookTube or Bookstagram, but then like again with the pandemic, I got really into TikTok, and so then I stumbled into the book side of things.
Hmm.
And I think it was just like the format of videos, which is like so quick and like, people complain about it because it is, you know, obviously shifted towards younger people. So like the way they market books is just like the big tropes in them. But it's like that's what people want to read. Like if I want to read like I want to read a forced proximity romance, you could just type that into TikTok and you'll get a million videos with a million suggestions of books to read. So
Yeah,
maybe
it's
it's
great.
that. Yeah.
So you are very much into the tropes. What are your like go-to tropes?
Ooh, okay. So, my favorite trope is fake dating.
Hmm.
So, like, To All the Boys is maybe my
Oh,
favorite, and like the
yeah.
kiss quotient. And so, like, yeah, which is funny because I feel like Marriage of Convenience is kind of like fake dating's older sister trope.
Yeah, this was
Like it's
definitely a fake dating slash fake marriage, though legal. It was a fake date. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So I feel like I like that. Though I will
Hmm.
say with like Marriage of Convenience stuff, like I liked this book that we're gonna talk about
Hmm.
because I've read a couple Marriage of Conveniences where like the driving reason for it is like citizenship stuff.
Yeah.
And like something about that just irks me because I'm like, it's not that easy. There are legal consequences to
Hmm.
this.
Yeah. Yeah. Because yeah, I mean, it seems like it's just like, oh, it's not as easy as like getting married, and then you're like good to go, and it's like you have to go through like lawyers and like,
Oh yeah, and they'll like follow you for years and like
yeah.
randomly interview you to make sure it's real.
Exactly. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So this is the you recommended that we read The Penalty Box, which is the Vancouver Wolves hockey romance series. Um, Tell me about this series. Why do you love this series? And does it involve hockey as well? Like, does it involve a love for hockey?
Um, I so yeah, the thing is, I took count right before I came on here, and I've read now 10 hockey romance books this year,
Hmm.
and like yeah, I had never watched hockey. I've never watched a game in my life. Like even when reading these books, I'm like I don't understand a
Yeah.
lot of this jargon, but
Hmm.
I think it's just something because I do like baseball, so maybe it's just kind of that trope of like ooh the like hot, very ripped athlete who can like have any woman he wants like gets with this woman who's like oh I'm too plain for him, and then
Hmm.
of course they fall in love.
Of
So it's something
course. Of
about
course.
that, and then like this series in particular, like I don't know if you read the other two or like
Oh,
any
I
of the
didn't get a
others.
chance to. Yeah.
No worries. I This is my favorite of the series, but like they all like have kind of the same formula, but they all like just have like randomly high stakes that are
Hmm.
and they get so dramatic, and like something about that is just so fun to me.
Yeah, yeah. And well, I'll get into the synopsis in a sec, but like it felt like this book at times like because that the high stakes here are being involved with, having uh, entanglements with organized crime. I was
Yeah.
like this also feels like a mafia romance in a way.
Oh yes, yeah, you're right, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, And then I think it also, I haven't read them, but the same author like takes one of the characters from this book and does have like a mafia series
Oh,
as
that
well.
makes sense. Yeah,
Hmm.
because there's a
Hmm.
big Russian mafia situation involved in this book. Well, let's just like talk about it. So the book that we are reviewing today is The Penalty Box, which is a Vancouver Wolves hockey romance book 3 by Odette Stone.
Yes, I believe.
I forgot to write down her name, but it's
Yes.
Odette Stone because who forgets a name like that? It is currently $4.99 and free on Kindle Unlimited. Okay, so here's a quick synopsis. With a goal to improve his reputation and save his hockey career, bad boy athlete Micah needs to team up with a fake wife. And the spousal decoy who comes in to assist is the hard-working Charlie, a woman who forces him to question his emotional boundaries. He may think she's doing the ultimate slap shot in fooling the world, but where her puck really lands is his heart.
Oh my god, that was beautiful.
Thank you so much. Thank
Beautiful.
you.
It's so engrossing. Like I want to reread the book now again.
um like my first like headline that like jumped out to me, do you listen to audiobooks?
Yes, I actually listened to this first.
Me too.
Okay,
And
yeah.
can we talk about this male narrator?
Okay, yes. Yes, because I think he is also a big reason why I got really into this series.
Okay, like I was like going for a walk, living my life, and then all of a sudden like it was so Micah is Russian, and
Hmm.
the narrator, talks in a very or reads in like a heavy Russian
Uh-huh.
accent.
Yeah, yeah. It kind of took a while to get used to it, right?
Oh my god, yeah. Like I think the night before I was watching What We Do in the Shadows, and I was just like, this sounds like Nandor reading a romance.
Oh, that's amazing. Now I like want to re-listen to it and just picture Nando. But yeah, because like the first two books, it's the same narrators, and I truly was like, "Ooh, this guy, this male narrator has like a really sexy voice."
Hmm.
But yeah, listening to an entire book with like in the Russian accent was a little. It took a bit to get used to.
Yeah. And it's like it was so it sometimes took me out of it. Sometimes I didn't care, but then other times I was like, this author is really talented. Like to do an entire book and like do your best Russian accent
Hmm.
reading words, hats off to you.
Oh man, the talent. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's great. Like I
Yeah.
can't do that.
No. So we have our fake dating, fake romance trope here. Um, Sometimes that kind of stuff, like I love those tropes, but it does like stress me out a little bit, because it is like you're putting on this ruse. And do you think like it was this was warranted? To like it's like his reputation is so bad because he was in the crosshairs with
And
the what's his
yeah,
name,
Andrusha. Yeah.
Andrusha.
Hmm.
And they're like, the only way you can save your reputation is through marriage.
It was kind of silly, right?
It was
Yeah.
silly.
And I think maybe that's also partly why I love the fake dating, fake marriage, because it's like the like silly kind of hijinks or the reasoning behind, oh, we have to do this because of this reason is always just like, do you have to?
Yeah, it
Like,
is
sure.
so funny. It's
Yeah.
like you could do so many other things that don't involve like signing a contract and like living with someone for a year, but nope, in this world, only answers
The
marriage.
only way, especially because I'm like, okay, these are hockey players, and the big thing is like, oh, the general manager or the owner or whatever really wants, our players to be like family friendly and have good reputations. But then it's also like mentioned so many times throughout the book that Micah has such a party boy, sleeping around reputation. So I'm like, how? Why was that never an issue? You know?
Yeah, yeah. And then like there were times where like so they were like, "Oh, but Micah is gonna do this marriage right, though." Like he agrees to the marriage, but then he's like, "I will not cheat on you. Like
Yes.
you will be my wife. I give you a year. I will do being a husband, honestly." And like,
Yeah.
and it's like, well, wait a minute.
Like yeah, the turn is so wild, or it's just like yes, oh, and I guess it's supposed to be like oh my gosh, he's so honorable that he's taking this seriously.
Yeah, exactly. But then it's like, does it make sense though? Because it's like all of a sudden, like how like in these books, like the guy
people usually do, like, it takes a while for them to do their turnaround and realize the importance of teamwork and partnership, and then it's like, oh, well, I signed a paper, I'm gonna be a great husband right now, forget party ways.
Yeah, for real. And then, like, I feel like one of the big like on Goodreads, one of the big like criticisms of this book is like that Micah falls in love or like really starts to get interested in Charlie when he accidentally walks in on her wearing lingerie, which was such a wild scene.
Oh my god, yeah.
Right? And then people were like, oh, I feel like he never would have actually fallen in love with her if he didn't see her in the lingerie. But I was also like, I feel like that's kind of realistic, right? Like, yeah, they were around each other for 2 years because she was like the assistant to his PR agent. And yeah, he didn't really like notice her until they had to get married, and then like until he saw her in a sexy outfit, did he like finally click in his brain like, oh yeah, she is sexy, I want to fuck her.
Yeah, and it's interesting because like him seeing her in lingerie for the first time definitely like aroused him, but despite that he still had some sort of like, even if it wasn't like lustful, like he had some sort of like, I don't want to say crush, but he liked her,
Yeah, like he liked her enough. Yeah. Yeah. It was kind of like, I was like, what is their relationship? Because he would like tease her and like call her baby Krista, which was like her boss's name. Which I was like, okay, there was like so many like fun little building blocks of what their relationship was, but we never truly got to see it.
Yeah, we really didn't. And like, I just, yeah, like I just like wanted to see more of like the game of it, of like him, how does he like him trying, like I wanted more like hijinks, I guess, of like, oh, where did you go on your first honeymoon or something, and they have to like be like, like
yeah, right, like oh man, just more scenes like that. Or like I feel like he was constantly like describing Charlie as like, oh, she's feisty and she calls me on my shit. I was like, we never really also got to see that.
I know. What did you think of the character of Charlie? Because I'm still trying to kind of formulate my opinions.
I feel like she was pretty bland, sadly. Right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
She had a lot of good qualities, but like, like there's cool stuff about her, like she's loyal to her job, whatever, but she just like didn't she was just not fleshed out enough for me. I don't know.
Yeah, and like rereading it the second time, I was like, oh, she doesn't also talk a lot in this book, it feels like. And then it's like she had a crush on Micah, but like as soon as they enter the marriage, it feels like she just completely became about like saving Micah's reputation, and it was like, oh, we have like no kind of goal for her as like a person,
Yeah, like I feel like there was this kind of thing of like, oh, it's financial, like,
right,
because like her brother's in jail and she has to pay off whatever, she has wants to pay off a different crime boss, I think.
Right, yeah.
There's so many crime bosses in Vancouver.
The competing mafia or something, right? Yeah. Who would have known?
Who would have known that Vancouver? So her stakes for her were like mostly financial, and then it's like the first scene, then she's fine. Like she's fine in the first third of the book because she gets her money.
Right, yeah. That's true. Yeah, and then Micah just kind of like handles it with his Russian mafia connection, which in a way I was like, oh, that is kind of sweet.
Oh my god, it's so sweet. Yeah. Like I was like, what a great, like there is a fantasy element like of like like this fantasy of wanting to be protected, and like yeah, there's something sexy of someone being like, I can get my crime boss best friends.
Yes. Yes, to make sure you are safe.
To ensure your safety.
Oh, yes, definitely. There's that.
Yeah. And it was like, what did she have to lose by being in this marriage? I think that was the main thing for me and Charlie, was like, Micah is like against marriage. He has his like code. He has like, doesn't want kids for very, serious reasons. But Charlie, like what does being married, like what kind of threat does being married to Micah, pose for her? She needed something,
Yeah. And I feel like the only one we really got is just that, oh, she's like, she'd fall in love for real and then have her heart broken at the end of it, which was also kind of a thing where it's like they had talked about that in the beginning, Because like there was all those scenes where it's like they were gonna try and set up Micah with like one of his ex-girlfriends, but then his agent was like, well, we have to make sure she won't fall in love for real. And then it's like, well,
boy.
and then immediately Charlie falls in love for real, and it's like, well, okay.
Yeah. And she's been like lusting after him. I
Mhm.
mean, right when you meet her, she's like, for the past 2 years, I've been dreaming of ribbon, blah, 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 you know? And it's like, she's gonna fall in love. Charlie's there, she's gonna fall in love with him.
Yeah, it's like you can see it happen from a mile away. And then even
Mhm.
like Krista, her boss, like I feel like pretty soon after they got married, she was like, "You're gonna fall for him. Well, just have fun with it."
Yeah. A lot of them were like, it was like almost like we know that what this is a fake marriage trope. So Charlie, just fuck him, just have sex with him for a year.
Yeah.
It's gonna be great.
Which I was like, I guess, and then it just kind of like defeated the purpose of like not setting him up with an ex-girlfriend.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
There was like this level of like there was like no awareness, but then there was a level of awareness, like because you know how like sometimes like when you read a romance and there's like something like I don't want to say illogical or just like something plot wise doesn't add up, and but you're just like I don't give a shit. This book's fun. You
Oh,
know?
100%. I feel like I feel like this series is 100% that, where it's just like this is, you know, they're handling like such deep dramatic issues, and then that just get tied up really quick. It's like, yeah, sure, I buy it. Let's get back
Totally.
to the love and the sex.
Exactly. And like especially with like mafia stuff, like, you know, having watched like The Sopranos and, you know, the other forms of mafia based pop culture things, it's like it never ends with the mafia. They're always going to have something on you. But like this book obviously ends with a happily ever after. She's taken care of, and I'm just like, I don't know about this mob stuff. I don't trust that they're going to be safe. I'm very worried.
Right? Wait, with the Russian one or the other one that she
The
was
Russian
into?
one, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that seemed too convenient. Like, yeah, okay, so Andrusha and Mike are like childhood friends, so I guess
Mhm.
they would be protected, but it feels like there's probably other rival gangs,
Yeah.
you know?
And like one of these days, like Andrusha is gonna like he's whether they're friends or not, like he's doing him a favor. He's always gonna hold something over. He's gonna ask for something one of these days, and that's all. That's all I would think about. Like if that were me, it would be me. You know, I'd be like, I want to marry you, but I'm just like we have the Russian mob on our head, and
Right?
we're
And especially
involved.
since she like just got out of the thing with her brother owing the mob a bunch of money that she had to take on, where it's like, you already know how this is gonna end.
Yeah. You know, it's funny, like they're like, oh, let's try to find a good girl for Micah. And then it's like Charlie, which she is a good girl, but then it's like anyone can find out that her brother is in jail, that like, you know what I mean? And not that she should be judged for her brother, but it's just like interesting that like there is a level of like ill repute in her background and they're like she's perfect.
Yeah, yeah. Except for this one stain that nobody knows about, so it's fine.
Yeah, it's not on record. Like
Yeah, and then also with like that other crime boss,
Yazimoto, is that it?
Yazimoto. Was that
Yeah.
it? It was something like, yeah, vaguely Japanese that I was like, this feels weird. Because I'm like,
Mhm.
I think that's the only probably non-white character in the entire book.
Right. Yeah. It felt very like what other mafias are out there other than Italian? You know, like
Exactly. It's like, oh yeah, I guess the Japanese have a mafia, and of course
Mhm.
Russian.
Yeah, we haven't explored Russian mafia.
Yeah, let's
Enough.
throw them in there.
Have you noticed that there has been like a huge influx, like whether it's mafia romances or something like this, where it's like Russian. Maybe for me, maybe I've been just the books that I've been reading, but
Hmm.
they're all about like Russian, like really like overly sexed, testosterone times a million fueled Russian men who talk insanely dirty in bed and are very above alpha. Like I don't
Yeah,
even know if that's a term. Yeah.
probably. Yeah, I feel like I feel like this is like my only kind of foray into like mafia romance, and it
Mhm.
really was it. But yeah, I feel like I've seen so many TikToks of people recommending mafia books, and they're, yeah, typically Russian. So I think it's, I don't know, something
Yeah,
in the
it's a thing.
zeitgeist that
Yeah,
we're
like
romanticizing that.
it is so weird. Like, I feel like, and I got this with this too, of like, yeah, in the real world, being involved with the mafia, like any sort of organized crime is terrible. Like, no one should. Let's not do that, folks.
Yeah.
Let's not do that. But like in these books, what I like is like Charlie is just like this everyday character, and the other women in these books are just like this everyday character, and they're like, "Oh my God, I'm involved with the mob. Look at these clothes. Goodbye." And it's like, fine.
Yes, absolutely. Where it's like, how are you not just like paranoid 24/7?
Yeah, it's like a sitcom character like got lost in like a Scorsese movie, but it's like fat, and it's like fine.
Yeah, and then like especially in this book, because there is like the subplot of her having a stalker or someone like breaking into their house, and like we're led to believe that it's still Yazimoto or somebody coming after her money, and even then it's like, oh, something big and scary happens, and then it's just kind of like forgotten immediately.
Yes. It's forgotten immediately because then it gets back to the two of them, and they're lusting for each other, and they're trying to figure out. And sometimes I forgot, like, when they were talking about, like, this is a roommate thing. Oh, I want to sleep in the same bed as you. Blah 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 blah. Getting dogs. Blah blah blah. And then like all of a sudden it'll be like, someone rang our doorbell in the middle of the night, and then I'm like, oh yeah, there's someone after her.
Right? Yeah. And then like that one part where it's like he left like a scary scarecrow on the back patio. I laughed because I was like, that's the intimidation tactic, was they just left a kind of scary looking scarecrow on your back porch.
I know, and it's like, where did he get the scarecrow?
Yeah,
like,
did he assemble it there or drag it over?
Yeah. Or like, it's like scarecrows did he go to Party City and get like Halloween decoration?
Right, the logistics of this are like, why, what,
and how did he get on the balcony?
Exactly, having to set it up so that it stays standing.
Yeah.
And then I feel like when she sees it, it's just like, oh no, and then immediately like chapter ends and we like go on to something else.
Yeah, I forgot about the scarecrow altogether, and I like, if it were me, like the rest of the book, I'd be like, well, how did he get on the balcony? Like, how do you make a scarecrow? Can you find scarecrows in a urban environment?
Right. Yeah. Right. And then it leads to like a plot hole, I think it's called, where it's like, why didn't Micah install, because he's like a billionaire, right? Like, why didn't he install like high-tech security cameras around his house?
I know. What he does do is that he gets a guard dog named Sniper.
Oh, right. And I have to say that is probably like one of my favorite like romantic gestures in a book, where it's like, of course he's scared for her safety, so he gets her a dog.
Yeah.
It was very sweet to me.
It was very sweet.
Yeah.
There were a lot of like there's a lot of dog getting in this book. Like, first when she moves in, she's the wife, she's like meets Andrew, who walks dogs, and he's like, here, you can take my dog. And then like just to play with overnight or something. And then like when Mama's mom comes in, it's like, here's a tiny dog for you. And I'm like, she keeps getting dogs.
Yeah, truly. Yeah, the mom gifting her a dog was like, this is unnecessary. We don't need a second dog.
Unnecessary, yeah. And like I was curious if maybe it was there to kind of like give us like a sense of like, this is what they might be like as parents, but
maybe
I don't know. There were like paragraphs long where she's just like, sit, and then it's like, Micah, I was so in love with her.
I know. Truly. Yeah, some of the internal monologues were like, this is wild. Oh, and like, speaking of like internal monologues and like Charlie being described as feisty, like one of the things I highlighted that was just so weird to me was like the night after they first like finally hook up, where he just fingers her, he like walks into the bathroom and she's like drying off, and he's like, have a shower with me, and she's like, I just showered, and then his internal monologue is like, ooh, defiantly feisty, I like it. I was like, where in that interaction is her being feisty?
I agree. There is nothing feisty about her, and it's like, what? Like, she just kind of went along with, like, I don't know what feisty means, maybe I don't know what feisty means, but I always thought it was like pushing back and like constantly da-da-da-da.
Yeah, like snarky. Like I thought there'd be more like verbal sparring between them two.
Yes, and there definitely wasn't enough.
Yeah, she truly was just like, oh, okay, yeah. What do you want to do? Sure, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, I have to do this for Micah. Yeah, yeah, I gotta do this. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and
I was
he's
like, oh, girl.
she's so feisty.
Like, what? Where?
Where's the spice?
Like, I want to see it.
So Andrew is this crazy stalker who ends up being, the villain in the end.
Right.
The second he came into the scene in the book, I kind of was able to guess it.
Did you?
Yeah,
okay.
Am I crazy? Or like,
no.
I was just like, oh, here's a man with a dog talking to a woman, married woman. That doesn't seem right.
Maybe like you've just read more of these types of books than me, because like I was just like, oh, Andrew is just gonna be like just like an obstacle to make Micah jealous type of person. Did not think it would go as far as him being the stalker, kidnapper. I was shooketh.
Wow, I can't believe like that. Yeah, I guess like the second, like maybe it was like some line of like Andrew's like flirting with her or something, and it's like I think it was like, oh wow, leaving a beautiful woman like you all alone, and I'm like, okay, this guy's trouble. This is trouble.
You're right. I think it's like definitely was set up to be that. I was just like, oh look, a neighbor for her to interact with.
Yeah. Okay, back to Charlie. They talk about that she hates hockey. She hates hockey.
Yeah.
You don't why? Why does she hate hockey? We don't know.
Yeah, she just does. There's no reason. But she works for a sports PR agency.
And she loves it. And she loves her job.
Yeah. Which I guess her job was just assistant, right? I was like, we didn't really get much of what else she actually does in the office.
No, you didn't get what she does. And it's like, it almost was like, okay, well, your job is, your task for the next year as my assistant is to be this wife. And it's like, does she go into an office?
Yeah, that was also like, yeah, what is she doing in the off time? Because like at the beginning she had like the second job as like a bartender or whatever to like help pay off, and then he was like, you gotta quit that job because you're my wife now. So she does, and then it's like there were some moments where she would like talk about going into the office, or he'd drop her off, and it was just like, what is she doing?
Yeah, and it's like, are there other things going on with, not that I need this in the book, but like, it makes it seem like Micah's the only person on this team. Like he's the only player.
Right? Which, like, yeah, she must have a huge roster of other clients that they've got to take care of.
Exactly. Like, it would have been nice, like, one sentence of, like, oh, she was working all day with this basketball client, or whatever, and then you realize, like, okay. But, like, it drove me nuts, like, in the end, where it was, like, she is, when they fall in love, she goes to his hockey games now, and it's like, does she like hockey? We don't know. Like, does she like hockey now? I don't know.
She just likes Micah. I think is just her whole personality for the entire book.
Exactly. Her personality is liking Micah.
Yeah.
There were a lot of times, like, even before they hook up, when they're like faking marriage, they do like to cook together. There was a lot of cooking in the book.
Right. And that also felt like, that was supposed to be when they truly bond, like, emotionally. And it was like, it would have been nice to get, because I think we only got, like, one real scene of that.
Yeah.
And it was sweet of them, like, getting to know each other and cooking together.
Absolutely. Yeah. I liked it. And, like, yeah, but, and, like, they kind of allude, like, oh, okay, like, they've been, 2 weeks later, we've been cooking every night and blah, blah, blah. Do you think there's, like, something sexy about a man who's a bad boy, but he can make an omelet real well?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I think it's, like, just playing into, like, oh, he's so aggro and alpha, but he's also, kind of domestic in a sense.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Okay, I have a question for you.
Oh,
okay.
Yes.
So in the beginning, Charlie, like, she is like lusts nonstop after Micah. She's been in pure lust, and she hated that. She hated him because he was making her feel this way. Okay, so let's say that you you have to, for whatever reason, be in a forced marriage. You have to, I'm sorry. Like, I'm
Okay.
sorry, Allyn, you got to get married.
You know, it happens. I'll do it.
Totally. Okay. You got to deal with it. What do you think is worse? Marrying someone that you lust after but hate, or marrying someone who is like pretty decent but you're not attracted to him?
Oh, wait, did you ask which one's worse or which one?
Yeah, which one would you like? Yeah, which one is worse, or which one would you prefer? Either or. Yeah.
Oh boy, huh? Dang, this is a tough one because I feel
know.
like either one. Because it's like, of course, my instinct is to like go the route of this book where it's like someone I want to be with but also can't stand because there's like the physical attraction there. But it's like also if I was with someone who is cool but I wasn't attracted to, the attraction's gonna grow over time, I'm sure.
That's what I think. That was my like kind of answer to of like, oh, eventually, like something might happen.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I guess I'd be like, yeah, do you want more of a like slow burn?
Yeah.
Or like maybe something, to really spark up faster.
Yeah. Like how like what would it take for you to like agree to do a fake marriage? Like how much money? Like if I was like, I'll give you any amount of money to do a fake marriage, like what's the number? Because I do it for $100. Yeah.
Really? I know. I'm like, I don't know, what would be the biggest number I could get away with? Because I did feel like her deal in this book was like pretty decent, like a year for $100,000, but also free rent, and like probably free groceries and everything else.
Yeah,
I'm
free
assuming.
clothes, like all of it.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh yeah, that shopping scene was pretty hot. Pretty hot.
Yeah. So he takes her shopping and she's like, oh, I'm only gonna get like 2 things, and then like no.
Yeah, somehow she ends up getting just an entire cars full of clothes and bags.
Yeah, and she gets like all of this lingerie,
Yeah.
which, it's interesting because like I felt like, oh, okay, she's a lingerie person, and not that you have to be a type of person to like have lingerie, but like you would think that like you would want to explore, like I kind of was like, oh, does she like wearing lingerie because it's like fun to wear something sexy over your regular outfit and no one knows, or is it like something that you've always liked? Like why and it's
Right.
like, oh, it's because she's a woman and Micah needs to be turned on by something.
I know. And then like also the fact that she bought so many lingerie sets. I was like, yeah, I understand getting one, as like a little treat to yourself, but then it's like described as she bought like so many of them.
I know. And it's like, I get it. Like some rich guy is like literally giving you his like black credit card, and it's like, and you're like, I'm only gonna buy 2 things, but then all of a sudden, like, and if he was like, I wouldn't say I'm gonna buy 2 things if I was gonna buy 10 things. If he's like, get whatever you want, I'd be like, okay.
I'd be like, okay, you said it.
Yeah,
you said it. Yeah. I will.
You offered. I feel like Micah was like a billionaire in this book. And it's like, how rich are hockey players?
Oh, there was that point where it was like, not like a twist, but it was revealed that he's like the heir to a billionaire. His like father is like just like one of the richest people in Russia.
Yeah.
But like the way it was presented was like that one character, the detective who was like a recurring guy in this book, just like bothered them at dinner and was just like, hey, did you know your husband is a billionaire heir? And it was just kind of like supposed to be a reveal. And I was like, what? Okay.
Yeah. That detective character, he's like constantly like, first of all, like fat shamed the entire book.
Oh, entire book.
Yeah.
So unnecessary too.
Yeah. Oh God. Wallace. Bad. Yeah.
Yes, Detective Wallace. Yeah. And it was, I guess we just kind of have this like bumbling character who, I think he was like kind of the reason for the start of all this, right? He's the one who busted Andrusha's warehouse or whatever it was. Yeah.
And he's like, oh, Micah's a suspect, and they like go in unlawfully to search his house.
Right.
And Charlie's like, oh my God, they went into his house. Like, she freaks out.
Oh yeah, she was like crying about it. She's like, oh, your beautiful furniture, everything's ruined. And he's just like, eh.
And I was like, I thought you hated this guy. Like, like not, I mean, it's not like unless I read it wrong, but like it's not like the police destroyed anything. Yeah, they raided his house, but it's not like her house gets burnt down like in this book, and she's like, oh well, and then like she's like, oh no, the police went into his house and like moved his ottoman over here.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the one thing I remember them breaking is like they slashed paintings open, but even that was like,
oh, that's right,
that's fine.
Yeah, mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you're right. Like, yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
Like you said, we didn't even touch on that. Like, yeah, her house burned down because of her mob ties, and then she's just like, oh no, oh no, oh no, it's fine.
Yeah, and then she's like, well, I guess I have to I have to live with Micah. He has a great place. Thank God my house burned down.
Yeah, and then yeah, I feel like there's something I can't like specifically remember how many books, but I feel like there's like kind of a running trope where it's like the woman in these books like has no family and like doesn't have many belongings, and so it kind of like, I don't know, it kind of like sets her up to like be anything we want. It's like she already has a tragic backstory, so it's like of course love is gonna save the day for her. Does that make sense? You know what I mean?
100%. Yeah. Like I feel like she like I know that like Charlie, like we're supposed to like put ourselves in Charlie, you know, to like she represents ourselves. But yeah, like I feel like there's a lot of like convenient things about her that like, okay, well her parents aren't in her life, so we don't need to worry about going home for Christmas. She has her family here, you know. Like she only had 2 pairs of jeans, so that luckily like it doesn't matter, she didn't lose all her clothes.
yeah, and it's like, okay, so yeah, it is that convenient thing, like we don't have to explore these other facets of her life because there is nothing there to explore.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, she had her friend Jasper.
Oh yeah,
that she would text, but and then he ends up well, I mean, that was nice. He ends up coming and for, you know, Thanksgiving, you know, we see
that
him.
was sweet. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but he also was kind of like it felt like, you know, the gay best friend character where he was just like very sassy over text and like, you know, blowing into their lives, where he's just like, I'm in Vancouver, you have to pick me up now because I just broke up with my boyfriend. I was like, oh boy, this character is very, you know, cliche.
I know. It's like so wild because like, but here's another, but what I liked about that, Micah was like, okay, I'll go to the airport. And it's like, oh, is that the moment when we realize he's a good husband? He's like, he doesn't judge her friend. He's like, then we're going to the airport. Like,
yeah.
And it's like, what a husband.
Yeah. Oh, he's so nice. And then they get along, of course.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he's so generous to just be like, yeah, I did think the holidays scene was sweet to show his generous side, where he like, obviously her friend and his boyfriend come and stay with them, and then his mom is there, and then he invites like all like half of his hockey team to spend the holidays with him too. I was like, oh, I guess yeah, he is a very nice, generous man.
He is very generous. And there was like one part that stuck out to me when like, you know, someone comes up to him and was just like, oh, I didn't get you a wedding present or whatever, and he's like, donate money to Claire or to Charlie's favorite charity. And I'm like,
oh right, yeah,
what a good guy.
How sweet. Though we never found out what charity that was.
Yeah, we don't know. It's just in this world, it's just charity.
Yeah, just, you know, generic charity.
Generic charity.
Whatever it is.
He is very generous. Micah is very generous.
Yeah. Oh, and then also I think that's the same scene that I think is like maybe my favorite scene, because it gave me like sweet little butterflies, where his team like throws him a like wedding celebration party, and then Micah's like, oh, Charlie, everybody knows I'm very affectionate, so I'm gonna be all over you tonight. And so like, yeah, they're like constantly holding hands and kissing, and she's sitting on his lap, and then she like meets one of his teammates' girlfriend, who was like, I've never seen him be like this, he hates PDA. I was like, oh, it's sweet, I guess, that like, oh, now he's changed for Charlie.
Yeah. It is like, who is this guy? When was this change? I'm glad it was there, but but it was like, if there's one thing I take seriously, it's the contract of marriage. Because if something's written down on a piece of paper, that's my character. That's going to change me for life.
It's like, I guess, which again is at odds with like the reason why he never wanted to get married because of his parents having an awful marriage. Like it felt incongruous.
Total
Yeah.
100%. Yeah, because like they say again and again, like, oh, if he's even if he's marrying you for a year, Charlie, he's gonna be a really good husband. He doesn't do anything half-assed. He's very honest, and it's like, but this is, you're not being honest at all. Like,
Yeah.
If anything, you are cheating the system because you're
Yeah.
lying about your relationship.
Right? It's like, how can you, like, in one breath be like, I'm gonna take this seriously, but also I hate marriage and I don't believe in it. Like, I don't know. Yeah, the whatever connects those two thoughts, I couldn't wrap my head around, really.
Yeah. It was like, okay, like, I guess, like, he was viewing it like it's a hockey game. Like, if you play hockey for the love of hockey, you don't cheat, you know, you play by the rules, blah, 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 blah. Like, let's honor hockey. But marriage is not sports.
Exactly. Yeah. It's something completely different.
Yeah, it's like he lives his life like there's a constant referee like blowing a whistle when he's with Charlie and is like,
yeah,
you made a mistake.
It's like, no, you'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Yeah. Not sports. So, I mean, I think we should probably talk about the sex in this book.
Ooh, okay, yes.
There's a lot of fingering in this book.
A lot of fingering, which I'm into.
Yes.
You know, for all my fans out there, all 10 of you. You all know me. I wrote and shot a sketch called To All the Boys Who Fingered Me before, so I'm all about the fingering. Nice. I liked it. What were your thoughts on these scenes?
I liked it because, like, he right away, like, the first few fingering scenes, you learn that, like, he's really into pleasing her.
Yeah.
Like, he is not expecting anything back, even if she, you know, desires to do that. And I think it kind of, like, solidified who he is as a lover and a man in a way.
Yeah, I 100% agree. Yeah, and I guess it does go along with the whole, like, taking marriage seriously, is that, yeah, if he's with a woman, he's gonna make sure she's taken care of, you know, in whatever way that means.
And he's, like, very possessive in the bedroom. Like,
yes.
And Charlie is 100% into this. Like, there's no question. This is what she, like, this is what she wants. She needs this control. Yeah,
I thought it was pretty hot. Though, I think there was, like, one line in there, like, when I heard it be read, was kind of silly in the Russian accent, where he's just like, your body is mine to fuck. I'm like, yeah, that's hot, but also a little, like, on the nose there.
Yeah. And there was, like, that, yeah, it's like, well, yeah, that's, like, what, like, that's what this is. Like,
yeah.
We know.
Yeah. And I think also that first one, he's like, where are my fingers? They're inside of you now.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, yeah, the dirty talk was, like, pretty hot at some points, but some points were a little, like, off the rails.
Yeah, exactly. Like, some points, like, I thought it was hot when he's like, tomorrow when I'm looking at you, you're gonna know that I'm thinking about my fingers inside of you.
Yeah.
And
that
that's
was
sexy.
Great line. Ooh, great line.
Loved it.
Ooh,
Loved it.
It was great. Yeah, what did you think of their first actual sex scene?
I was like, finally.
Yes. Oh, 100%.
Because it does take a while.
It was. I didn't realize, like, how slow of a burn, because I think it happens, like, more than halfway through the book where they finally do it. Yeah.
Yeah. Their first sex scene was when he decides not to pull out, right? Like, that's...
Yeah. It was, like, after the Christmas party.
I thought that it was incredibly hot. I really, like, I loved it. Like,
Okay. Yeah, same, me too. Because I'm, like, rereading it, I was like, oh, I guess there's a little bit of, like, dubious consent here. But, like, you know, because it's a bromance book, it's like, oof, this is pretty sexy. I also thought it was very sexy, the way it was pulled off.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, 100%. And, like, the amount they went, you know, he sticks her finger up, his finger up her butt,
right,
and it's like, that's fun, you know?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
They're all, like, it's just two people who are game. They are just game.
Yeah, and, like, whenever there's a line in there that's like, you know, I'm so drunk, I don't know how I'm still hard, and so they keep going. It's like, ooh, that's also very sexy, that like, oh, you're so turned on that like the effects of alcohol or whatever, you know, is not having its effect on you.
Yeah, because like after the first sex scene, they immediately like there's no downtime. They immediately are able to have sex right away, and
Yeah,
like
like
it made me tired.
yeah, because I think they like go at it, and like when she's on top, and then he like flips her onto her back, they go at it again, and then they fall asleep, and then he wakes up and like just starts fucking her
Yeah.
right away, and it's like, woof, just like, you know, go, how long, you know, was that all happening?
Yeah, you're constantly wound up.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Like they talk about like he, especially you know Charlie's like, you know they mention kids, and Charlie's like, I don't really care about kids. You know, it's not really on my to-do list. And Micah's very much, I don't want to know kids.
Yeah.
But then like they're having sex for the first time, and they're like, she's like, we don't have a condom, and they're like, it's fine, I'll pull out.
Yeah.
Whoa, dude.
I know, it's like, oh, we know where this is going. And then he even has a line where he's like, he says something like, oh, I can feel myself when he's coming. He's like, I don't want kids, but the thought of my seed inside her was so hot. And I was like, this is hot, but also, you know, in this political climate, it's like, you gotta think about the kids. What's gonna happen?
Yeah, like I understand like there's a breeding fetish there, and it's great. But for someone who has been through the trauma that he's been through and has decided not to have kids, you would think he would hate himself after having unprotected sex,
right?
Because of his because of his like code, his code, not values, because it's like I think it's trauma, but like, you know
definitely
what I mean?
Trauma.
Like his code.
Yeah, because also like, yeah, then the next day he's just like, you know, should we get the plan B for you? And she's like, just very flippant about the symptoms being too much to handle, and being like, it's the wrong time of the month, it'll be fine. Yeah. And then they kind of talk about birth control, but then there's like, I think a whole chapter where they still describe them like fucking a lot, presumably without a condom. And then there's like a page where she's like, I went to the clinic to get birth control, and it's like, honey, it's a little too late. Too late for that now.
Too late.
Too late.
You couldn't keep your hands off each other, and it's like, I knew the pregnancy was coming, because it was like, there was like one part where it was like, oh, she asked for dessert. That's interesting.
Oh yeah.
She doesn't like sweets.
Yeah, that little tip off was like, oh, it's coming. The pregnancy's coming.
She's pregnant. What are your thoughts about like pregnancy and romance? Like, is that a trope that you like?
I don't like seek it out, but I also don't mind it. I feel like that's also a big thing where people fucking hate reading about pregnancy, and I'm like, I don't mind it. Like in this book, I thought it was like, it made sense, and it like helped with the plot in a way, you know?
Yeah, I agree. I'm kind of like, it is, if I like the characters, like if I like the characters, or like just like the atmosphere that the writer has created, like there could honestly be any trope and I'd be like fine with it. Personally, for me, I'm just like, kids, I don't know.
Yeah.
Pregnancy, I don't know.
Yeah.
But in something like this, where it's like is so essential to the plot and really helps you learn more about Micah as a person, I was kind of for it. I didn't mind it.
Yeah, I didn't mind it. Though I did hate how it went down when she like finally told him she was pregnant, and he just fucking leaves her for what, like 2 weeks or something, and he like sleeps in a hotel. I'm like, I hated that part of the book.
Unacceptable.
Awful.
It's unacceptable. Yeah. And then like, you know, she's not mad. She's not mad at him. Like she's just like, like, what did I do wrong? You know,
she was like mad at herself, and I'm like, honey, you're pregnant, and he left you.
And he is a guy who says that when he plays by the rules, if he's gonna be married, he's gonna be married. And then he's like, I need to leave for 2 weeks. You said you were gonna be a ride or die husband, dude.
Yeah. And like, now you've dipped now that she's pregnant. Like, didn't even talk about it. I was like, I hate this. I hate this so much.
Yeah. And like, you know, all of his friends are like, oh, don't worry, Charlie. Like, he's gonna be the best husband, even if it's for a year. Sorry, best husband doesn't leave for 2 weeks when you discover you're pregnant.
Yeah. And then like, nobody else in their life was like mad about it. Like, the friend Zoe is just like, oh, let's come up with a plan to get him back. And so they like surprise him at a charity gala he's at. And I was like, okay, how is nobody like mad about this? though.
Yeah, it's a really bad thing that he did. Like,
yeah.
and like, why no one else is like going up to him? Like, even like he has his buddy, which I'm assuming the Zoe and the other character was a previous.
Yeah, they're book 2.
They're book 2. He wasn't be like, dude, what the fuck is wrong with you? He's more like, I get it, bro, women. Ugh.
Yeah, like, oh, just apologize, we'll be fine. And then it's like, yeah, like, we get it, Micah. When we finally get to, like, the trauma he experienced, it's like, oh, yeah, it's huge, but it's also like, damn, fucking tell her instead of just leaving.
He should have told her. And like, because what happens is he has, he was raised by a nanny. He has, his home life was, his parents didn't have a good marriage. His nanny was, pregnant with what was going to be his younger sibling, and they have a tragic accident that he was there for, that he experienced.
It was scary. Yeah.
Very scary, very traumatic.
Yeah, she like falls on the ice and is like fine for a while, but then like starts bleeding hours later in the middle of a storm, I think it was.
Yeah, and he was with her the whole night, just like, and held the baby. It's horrific.
It was
it's
awful.
Tragic.
Yeah.
Especially for a kid. We get it.
Yeah.
And it's something that like, why, like in 50 Shades of Grey, not that I liked it, but like in the like I only read the first one and then I just watched the movies, but like when Christian Grey discovers that like she's pregnant, he's mad because he's like, no, you're not gonna pay attention to me.
Oh,
but
ew.
This is like, you gotta say something. This is like, this is something you should tell your partner. Again, I think it's rules of marriage. I don't know. Right,
because it's like, yeah, okay, so you didn't want kids because you're so scared of like pregnancy complications. Understandable. Let's fucking talk about it.
Yeah, women have that all the time.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, you're not the one pregnant, dude.
Yeah. Like, it's like, this isn't a car. She's not, her body isn't a car,
Yeah.
Like,
and it's like, yeah, it's like if you're so scared of like something happening to Charlie while she's pregnant because you saw firsthand that pregnancy can go wrong, it's like, why would you leave her all alone at home?
I know,
where like anything can go wrong. And nobody's there to help her out?
Especially in the beginning. Like, come on.
Yeah. It was awful.
Yeah.
Though, then when they, like, finally get back together and he moves back in, and there's, again, like, another sex scene where she, like, has to basically, really get him to have sex with her while she's pregnant because he's so scared of hurting her. I thought that scene was also pretty hot, but also pretty silly.
It was silly. It was hot. There was something like he was very, like, he was so protective of her. Like, Charlie's talking about how he didn't want her to do this. He didn't want her to do that, even though he was, like, so overbearing and it was her body. In any other instance, I would just be like, husband, leave me alone. I know my body. You're being really, condescending. But the fact that, like, she knew why he was doing it was from childhood trauma, then it was like, okay, I get it.
Yeah. Yeah. It was like, okay, the reasoning is there. It makes sense.
It makes sense. But she did do a good job of, like, saying, but I have needs, and my needs is your dick.
Yeah. I need to have sex.
Yeah. So, okay. Another thing that stuck out to me is, as if you're a hockey wife, rule is you got to watch your man play hockey. So this is the part Charlie has to play. She watches Micah, and hockey games, this I knew, there's a lot of fighting.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like aware of that. Didn't know how crazy it could get until this book.
Yes. And so it's encouraged to an extent, it seems like.
Like it's part of the culture.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like, okay, if you're a hockey player, it also means you're a boxer or whatever.
Right. You have to know how to fight. Yeah, exactly.
Gotta know how to fight, which is sexy. Sure. So he gets in a fight and gets, like, his face seriously injured, like a puck, like, or whatever. Something hits him. And the way they described it of, like, she's like, oh my God, oh no. And, like, and then the doctors are like, just don't be scared when you see him.
Right. Yeah.
And then it's just a tiny scar. Like, they made it seem like it was like like the Joker in Batman.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Like, it's like, okay, a cut and then some swelling. Like, how bad could it have been that everybody was like warning her to, school your features, don't freak out.
Exactly. Like, it made it seem like he got his face ripped off and just replaced with a paper bag of a face. Like,
yeah. Yeah, there was a lot of like just like high stakes for why in this book.
Yeah, and he's like, "Will you still love me?" And it's like, "Yeah." Like, what?
Yeah. Oh, and I feel like that's also a thing in a lot of these hockey romances where the female is like, "Please don't fight. I don't want you to get hurt," and then the guy's like, "Oh, you care about me?"
Yeah.
And it's like it happens in like all of these books. I feel like they get beat up, and then the woman's like, "Oh no, I was so scared for you."
Yeah. I almost lost everything. And
yeah.
It's like, I'll puck hit him in the face.
Yeah. It's like this is his career. He has been through this a lot.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm weird about like hot, because I obviously I know this is probably like the most basic thing, but like, I don't like violence. Like, I don't like seeing two men get in, like, I don't like seeing two people get in a fight in real life. Although in books and movies, it's like so heightened and fantasized about. So when I've seen hockey before and fights in hockey, I find it like a turn off.
Yeah. Have you been to hockey games like where
I've watched it on TV?
Okay.
Yeah. But I've never been to a hockey game. Yeah.
But yeah, I get that. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it in person.
Yeah.
I also like went to a high school where there were like fights every day, and it's like, I've seen my share of fighting.
Yeah. And I don't know if it's something where it's like it's not as exciting as it is in the movies,
Yeah, totally. Yeah, or it's like
gross.
Yeah, because there's never gonna be like the same like romantic angle to it like in books.
No, it's just like it's just like two people who obviously don't know how to handle their emotions, and they're just like, it's gross. It's so gross.
Yeah, they're just swinging fists to like, establish dominance. It's not because likely it's not because they're trying to protect their woman like in books.
Mm-hmm. No, it's like, you bumped into my locker or whatever, people fight over in high school. I have no idea. Or they're drunk or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's always going to be something dumb.
Yeah. So it's like, that's another reason why I can never be with a hockey player, and I wouldn't be impressed that he fights, because I'm just like, we're adults.
Yeah.
Be an adult.
Also, like, just play the game. Play the game.
Yeah. You're here to watch the game.
Yeah. Though, maybe I'm lying, because I do like baseball, and I do think it's like pretty hot when there's like a benches clearing brawl and like all the players like come onto the field, and there's like I don't know, there is something about that I'm like, ooh, okay. But I think it's like maybe the aftermath. Like, I don't want to see the blood or any swelling or anything. Yeah, that's the big turn off.
It's interesting. Some people are like but some people love like seeing men fight, because there's like this like explosion of masculinity and testosterone.
Yeah. Like, I never got into like wrestling or MMA or any of that, 'cause I can't stand it.
Yeah, and it's like, I like kickboxing as a workout, but I'm like,
oh,
but like, I would never watch a boxing match.
Right?
Like, ew.
Yeah, that's too much. I don't want to hear like the crack of bones or see blood and spittle flying everywhere.
Yeah, and if I do, I want it to be in a movie. Like, I love Rocky movies because it's like, I want choreographed fights. My fights need to be choreographed.
Yeah, and like make sense to the plot.
Mm-hmm. Yes, exactly. It has to move a story forward. I can't just watch a fight.
Yeah, 100%. Oh boy. Can we talk about like the wild kidnapping in this book?
Yes. Oh my god.
Yeah, because when I read it again, I was like, wow. I like, on Kindle, it's like, oh, this is 90% of the way through the book. Like, there is not much left. And then she gets kidnapped by Andrew, who I didn't think he would be like this. And then it's like solved within like 5 pages.
Yeah. It was just like, He takes her to the basement.
Right.
They figure it out. But then what was interesting was that there was another kidnapping victim that had been missing for like a year, and like, she was there too.
Yeah. Oh, and then because there was like this whole setup with one of Micah's ex-girlfriend, Sabrina, who I didn't like in the book because she was just kind of like the female villain that was very catty to Charlie. But yeah, there was like this weird setup where like she disappeared and then they blame Micah. And then, like, there's, like, a news story that they focus on, and then there's, like, one line of, like, this is similar to the nursing student who was kidnapped recently. And then it turns out that Andrew has that nursing student in his basement.
Yeah,
like, what?
Yeah.
Like, again, 90% of the way through the book, not a peep of this throughout any of the rest of it.
No, the rest of the book is them talking about their silly dogs, or having sex, talking about their feelings, and then it's like, oh, yeah, like, she's been having a stalker this whole time. Oh, yeah, maybe we should put that in.
Right. And then also he's, like, a serial killer? Because then they find, like, 2 more bodies in his backyard. I was like, what?
Yes! That blew my mind. And then, you know, like, when things are, like, wrapping up in the end, you know, they're like, what's going to happen to Andrew? And he's like, oh, someone took care of him in jail. It's like, he was murdered in jail?
Right. Like, again, just, like, neatly tied up and, like, it's gone. The problems went away.
Exactly. And then, but, like, it doesn't matter because she's like, now let's go to your game. I'm 9 months pregnant. Like,
yeah. Which I was like, yeah, there's so much trauma in this book. Like, from starting with her house getting burned down to the stalker to, like, getting fucking kidnapped.
Yes.
Even it was probably only, like, for a few hours, but it's like, yeah, you were living next door to a serial killer. And then, like, it's just kind of like, it's fine. It's all fine.
Yeah, and then it's like, this past year, they had this other thing, and then just like, this past year was the happiest year of my life.
All the ups and downs were worth it. Like, what?
It's like, you lost your apartment, you know, like, you were kidnapped.
Like, this is awful. And it's also like, if that happened to me, I would want to move out of that neighborhood. Like, get out of there.
Yeah. I feel like, let's leave. Also, like, this is the happiest. Okay.
Yeah,
like,
this is the happiest.
It's like part of the reason why it's like also why I loved this book at the same time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, 1,000%. It did. Because obviously I'm an improviser, so I like relate everything back to improv. Sometimes,
me too, yeah.
Right? Like sometimes, because I also started teaching Improv 101, so like some parts of this book reminded me of like 101 scenes where it's like, you got the emotional relationship here to deal with, but then it's like 101 kids freak out, so they throw in something super high stakes just to make it more interesting. And I'm like, at points, this is what that felt like, where it's like, the emotional stuff isn't enough. Someone's got to be a serial killer here.
Yeah. And, like, it's so funny because, like, I also think, like, with romance novels, like, I'm also like, well, is there a promise of the premise? Like, you know what I mean?
Yes,
like,
1,000%.
is there follow through? Like, if you mention this in a book, or like if you mention this on the first page, does it come back at the end? You know, like, what information do we have? And it is like an improv scene in a way, you know?
Yeah, and then like, yeah, with this book, it's like, we get it, but then also we have like all this other stuff at the end.
Yeah. And then it's like, and even with like the character stuff of like, okay, your character says that your bad boy never gets married, but then you're a good husband. But then you walk out. Like, what's your character game? What, you know, you haven't, it's not a consistent character game.
Oh, yeah, 1,000%.
Yeah.
And then there's also, like, one thing that, like, jarred me in this book was, like, they basically mentioned that Micah's only 26, and I'm like, oh, of course everything's in flux. You're not a fully developed human being yet.
Yes, yeah. It's so funny, like, I feel like in romance there's, like, no woman over 35. I mean, I have read books where, like, when a woman was 42, I thought it was the most revolutionary book I've ever read.
They're rare. They're so rare.
Yeah. There needs to be some, like, age diversity.
Yeah. Which I guess is hard to do in sports because, like, they have to be young because athletes are young, but it's also like, oh, they're young.
Yeah. And, like, sometimes I think, like, oh, is it an LA thing? Because, like, we both live in LA, and I think, like, like a 40-year-old in LA is like a 29-year-old elsewhere, you
Ooh,
know?
yeah.
And so it's just like so weird when someone's like 26. I was like, I didn't know how to like pump gas at 26, you know?
Right, yeah, I'm like, I can't imagine like a year of my life being this wild and crazy.
Yeah, and just like getting married and getting pregnant.
Yeah,
at 20,
accidentally too.
yeah, and then being like, I'm gonna be a mom, like, and just like having your shit together.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's that being that age and having your shit together, which is mind blowing.
Yeah, maybe it's that. Because I was like, yeah, I guess she did have like a stable job at the PR agency, which I'm just like, I don't know. What does a stable job feel like?
I have no idea. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. She goes to the same thing every day. She's like making money, and it's like great, but it's like, but don't you want to be the head of the agency? Isn't, you know what I mean? Like, it's just so weird to just like have our like perspective being out here and then being and like trying to
Yeah. Right. Yeah, because I think that's also a good point. Like I guess Charlie doesn't have any like career aspirations,
Yeah.
you know, that we
Yeah.
talk about.
And I don't think it's like because like she's just like, oh, I just want to get married. I just think the writer forgot to put it in.
I think so too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, yeah, where does this woman go from here? I guess and then it's like, it doesn't matter. She's married to a billionaire. She doesn't
Yeah.
have to work.
Exactly. Which again, like I am a proponent, like money does buy happiness, and it's like, you know, what a great fantasy. I would love to be married to a billionaire. I love the idea of that.
Oh, 1,000%. Where it's just like, you don't have to work, and you already get like the nice big mansion house, all the nice things, and like, yeah, you're taken care of, and then like, yeah, you get to just do whatever you want, which in this case was get to be a mom.
Exactly. Yeah. Discover that you all this time you did want to be a mom, even though you were pretty ambivalent.
Yeah. Oh, there's like like an extra chapter, you know, when you like sign up for her newsletter. Yeah, well, if I can spoil it, because I do think it's yeah. Okay, so it's just like a little look into their lives after this book, and she has the baby, and it's a girl, and they name her Nadia after his nanny. So I thought that is very sweet.
That's so sweet.
Yeah, where it all comes together.
Yeah, Nadia is that is very sweet. See, I was gonna guess it was named after her mom, but yeah, no, Nadia makes sense because Nadia was just such a poignant figure in Micah's life. Right.
Yeah, and then I was also like, when you brought that up, I was like, I don't think we really even got her mom's name.
No.
Yeah, or much about her mom.
Yeah, I think we just talked about her mom just so we can reiterate, I have no one in my life.
Right. Oh, and then, yeah, that was another thing where it's like, I think, if I remember correctly, her mom was killed in, like, a hit and run. Mm-hmm. Which I was like, that is incredibly, just so much trauma in Charlie's life.
Yeah.
But, like,
kind
of
she's
just
okay with it.
Right.
Like, it's hard, it's traumatic having a sibling in or having any family member in jail. It's traumatic having people come up to your work demanding money.
Yeah.
Witnessing your parents get hit by a car and and Charlie's just like this past year.
Yeah. Or I'm like, oh, maybe this is all just her being like very numb. That's why she feels very bland. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm like jealous because like I'm such a sensitive person, and it's like, well, how does Charlie do it?
Yeah. She doesn't. She just hasn't dealt with all these emotions and trauma yet.
Or just doesn't need to, in which case I'm jealous.
Oh yeah. Either way, whatever the end goal of this is, it's like, I wish I was that. I wish I had that.
Yeah. I wish I had Charlie's resilience.
Yeah, resilience. We'll call it resilience.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. If a character isn't fleshed out, it just means they're resilient.
Yeah, they can handle all the obstacles that they went through.
Totally. Writing 101.
100%. Yeah.
Okay, so I am going to ask you for your final thoughts on the book and a rating.
Ooh.
So for the rating, so in this book, as we talked about, there are surprise pet dogs. So you're going to rate on how many surprise pet dogs. 1 out of 5 surprised pet dogs means you didn't like it. 5 out of 5 surprised pet dogs means that you did like it. I thought this book was ridiculous, but enjoyable. So like I usually rate on like how much I enjoyed it.
Yeah. I super enjoyed it. I'm sorry. Did you say out of 10? I
Oh,
like
did I say
blacked out.
10? I said 5.
Out of 5. Okay,
Yeah.
out of 5.
Yeah, just do 5. There's too many dogs. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. You know what? Yeah, I'm kind of similar where I'm like, when I give a book a rating, I'm just like, what were the vibes that I got from it? How did I vibe with it? And I liked this book. I like thought about it a lot afterwards. So I'm like, yeah, I'd give it a solid 5 surprise dogs out
Yeah,
of 5.
I'm giving it 5 surprise dogs
Yay!
too. I thought it was just like, it's like what bonkers romance is supposed to be, you know? Like,
Exactly.
I
Where it's-
love dissecting it because it's so
Mhm.
ridiculous, but at the end of the day, this was such a fun read and listen, a very fun listen.
Yeah. Either way you consume it, it's gonna be very fun. Because, yeah, it's like you get the straightforward ish romance that you want with the marriage of convenience. And then you also just get some, like, high stakes mafia, kidnapping, stalker stuff in there, too.
Exactly. Like, I think it's nice when, like, you know, we all have our tropes that we go to, but then, like, sometimes when something else is brought in that's, like, intrigues you, you might learn that of a new trope that you like, and I think, like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I 100% agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, and, like, yeah, like, I do recommend the rest of this series for you
yeah.
or anyone else listening. I will say, sadly, I think the 4th book is, like, my least favorite, which was kind of sad because it's Krista's book, who we see a lot in this.
Aww.
But it was kind of, like, the most forgettable. But yeah, the previous book before this is also very fun. It also has, like, silly hijinks that, like, kick off the plot.
Nice.
But yeah.
What do you think is the best book in the series?
I do think it's this one, though.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you said that. Yeah.
Yeah, but I do think the first one is, like, maybe the most wild because it starts with a plane crash and then just kind of, like, goes insane, and then, like, again is like this book is, like, kind of forgotten, and the characters are like, wow, I went through a plane crash, but this is hard what I'm going through now.
Yeah. That is so funny. One of my favorite things I've ever read in a romance book was there was a helicopter crashed, and the woman, you know, sees the man that she's in love with, and he literally is coming out of a crashed helicopter, and it's like he still looked good.
Oh my gosh, please send me the title of that book.
Oh yeah,
if
it's
you remember.
The Fiona Carver series by Rachel Grant. It's a duology. It's two books. So the first one doesn't end on a happily ever after, but the second one does. But in the beginning of the second one, she sees it for the first time, and it's like he still looks good.
Out of a helicopter crash? This guy's gonna be cut up all over the place.
It was a very tame helicopter crash.
Okay.
But, like, that, to me, like, it's like lines like that is, like, why I love romance so
Yes.
much.
Just, like, the most wild high stakes thing, but, like, everyone's just, like, so horny that, like, that's all they can think of.
Yeah. All they can think about is love.
Yes. Okay. I love that. Yeah. Yeah, this series is fun. I even went so far as to join the Odette Stone's, like, Facebook group.
Oh, I'm joining.
Yeah, where, like, people just, like, I peruse it sometimes, but, like, people just, like, put up sexy hockey player pictures and be like, this reminds me of Micah. This could be Ryan. And I'm like, I love this. I love this community here.
I love author Facebook pages so much because, like, you'll just be scrolling and you'll see, like, a friend from high school got a job and this person had a baby, and then all of a sudden it's just, like, a naked man in a bathtub.
Yeah.
Like, whoa.
Yes, right? Oh, and, like, if we could quickly talk about the cover of this book, because every time I looked at this cover, I'm like, that looks like Zac Efron.
Oh, wait, let me see. I need to analyze now. Let me get this out. Yeah, he's a little Zac Efron.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, at a glimpse, it's like, is that Zac Efron? It's not, but it could be.
Like, body for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I keep forgetting Zac Efron doesn't have, like, blonde hair anymore. He has, like...
Yeah, it's darker now, right?
It's darker now.
Yeah. It's got the piercing eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I just love that there's, like, no hockey on... It's just him lying in bed. Looking at me, looking at us, looking
directly at you. Yeah.
It is an intense look.
It's intense. Yeah. The covers of all these series are just like, hot shirtless guy on the cover.
Yeah, you know what you're gonna get. You know what you're gonna get.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, Allyn, thank you so much for being a guest. This was so much fun.
Of course.
Thank you for recommending this book. I honestly loved it. I loved it.
I'm so glad. I was like, I just that kind of neurotic thing where I'm like, oh God, why did I recommend this book? I hope Becky likes it.
Oh my God. No, I loved it. And I'm like definitely going to come to you for more recommendations.
Okay, yay.
100%.
Yeah, we'll talk way more romance off pod.
We really do. Yes,
Yeah.
we definitely need to do that. So tell us where we can find you and like, with the Twitter and such.
Oh yeah. Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. I'm at Hey Allyn, HeyAllyn. I think on Twitter there's like an underscore afterwards because somebody else has just Hey Allyn.
Allyn, other Hey Allyn. What
So
the
weird.
fuck?
I know. But yeah, I'm most active on actually nowhere.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
follow me. I've got a fun sketch on my Instagram, and then I do have like some book talkish TikToks that had like a couple of them went viral. If I can, toot my own horn a little bit.
That's huge.
Yeah, go check them out. They're fun.
Well, Allyn, thank you again.
Thank you. This was delightful. I had so much fun.
Too Stupid to Live is part of the Frolic Podcast Network. For more podcasts you'll love, visit frolic.media/podcasts. Thank you so much for listening, and have a great rest of your day.
Cry